Hello, fellow human. Welcome to Happy Accidents, a series of conversations on craft, the creative process, and the relevance of traditional notions of artistic mastery in this scary new age of AIs and rabid tech utopianism. Traditionally, the central idea driving education in any creative domain, be it art and design or literature, film, music, etc., has been that a successful creative act is built on a strong process. This idea has been encoded into how schools and universities impart creative thinking for hundreds of years, that only a certain amount of rigor in both thought and application can lead to useful revelations, upskilling, and high quality finished products. That solid work produces solid results. Generative AIs seem to be designed specifically to challenge this notion. They want to propel you directly from an idea to its end result without having to bother with the intervening process at all. From the point of view of the average business person, this might seem like a perfectly good idea. Time and effort cost money, so a quicker, more frictionless output means bigger savings. For those who romanticize creative work but are unwilling to put in the time and effort to gain mastery in that work, this might seem like a good way to bypass the hassle of building real skills the hard way. What both of these categories of people ignore or are perhaps unaware of is the joy, satisfaction, and personal growth inherent to the creative process. The idea that all work must necessarily be dull and laborious is the misapprehension of a fundamentally mechanistic culture that prioritizes economies of efficiency and scale. But work is only drudgery when the outcome has to be predictable. In a successful creative project, the process is never linear and the outcome is rarely predictable. A good process spawns new questions and pathways, happy accidents, which can take you to an entirely unimagined outcome. Happy accidents. Happiness doesn't come from taking shortcuts. You have to take the long way around if you want to see the sights worth seeing. Proper creative work can be rewarding on multiple levels, and all those rewards come from the down and dirty doing of that work. My name is Vinayak Varma. I'm a writer, artist, designer, and educator. I've always been an early adopter, but technology as an enterprise is getting increasingly hard to view uncritically, especially when its agenda is driven more and more by shady billionaires and authoritarian governments. In this series, I interview successful creative practitioners who have developed a strong process over the course of their long and varied careers. We discuss how these folks evolved their processes and how they're adapting to this new AI driven paradigm we're in. My first guest is Samant Subramanian, the award winning journalist and author of Following Fish, a travelogue exploring India's various coastal cultures, This Divided Island, a highly acclaimed account of the civil war in Sri Lanka, A Dominant Character, a biography of the British scientist J.B.S. Haldane, and his latest book, The Web Beneath the Waves, about the undersea cables that connect the world and, among other things, make this podcast available to you. Samant has written for The Guardian, The New Yorker, The New York Times, Wired, Granta, Harper's, The Wall Street Journal, Mint, and many other publications. He was the global news editor for Quartz and is currently on the editorial board of Equator, the new magazine of politics, culture, and art. You've just listened to a brief extract from episode 1 of Happy Accidents, a series of interviews with creative practitioners on craft, process, and authenticity in the age of AI. This episode, in which I, Vinayak Varma, interview journalist and editor Samant Subramanian, releases on Sunday, July 5th. Find RSS feeds, show notes, and more on happyaccidents.co.in.